Welcome to the podcast. This is Mr. Ish. We're at KIPS Bay Boys and Girls Club, Cordea Clubhouse. We're here today. We don't know how long we're going to be here. It's a very important topic that we're going to talk about. I have some juniors here, and they just want to, give some information to the people out there about what's going on in the world. So I just want to welcome my juniors. From my left to my right, just introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Amelia, and I'm 10 years old.
Thank you, Amelia. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Becca, and I'm 10 years old.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Yuri Sol, and I'm 10 years old.
Okay, so everybody here is 10 years old. I'm years old. And what is today's topic? I usually don't prepare a topic, but today I felt that it was important for us to do a little research. So like many people in the public, they're talking about the coronavirus. We're here at the Bronx, where, they're a school age, plus I work in the DOE, so I work in the schools. So there's some protocols going around, there's information going around, and we just want to know what's out there and what you know about the coronavirus and how we're handling it here in the United States.
So, the coronavirus is like the flu. So you may see symptoms of fever, a cough, or shortness of breath. So you should consult a doctor after like a few days when you're
if you had the same symptoms for a couple of days,
yeah,
you should definitely see a doctor. Don't get it confused. Some people have the flu, some people have the cold, some people have allergies. So don't go crazy. Don't jump overboard when you see somebody sneezing or something like that. A sneeze is not a cough. I know I sneezed the other day. My wife was about to put me in the room by myself. I said that was a sneeze. I have a cat. Sometimes, the hair, the dandruff of the hair. But I'm not sick. But just be aware that sometimes people just get, nervous when people sneeze around them or maybe just one little cough. Any other information you guys gathered from television, from your parents, from the school? Every school is dealing with it a little differently. So does anybody else have any information of how it's going on or what they know about it?
Well, my health teacher, she said, it's not a zombie apocalypse. So, because, they're sharing, everybody, was buying Lysol, Clorox, hand sanitizer. It's the whole store was, finished. They had nothing left.
I've seen pictures of, Walmart with, 2 items on the shelf.
So, she's it's not a zombie apocalypse. But it's okay if you're, scared because, you don't want to get it. But just know if you have, a weak immune system, you should really be careful. You shouldn't really go out as much because you don't want to catch it from somebody else, which you could possibly die from the coronavirus. But if you have a good immune system and, you're young, then you, wouldn't get it. If you get it, you'll be safe.
You're capable of fighting it. The key is people that are, older people that have their immune system is a little off, or let's say somebody that has asthma, if they get something like this, it's going to be, this disease, this virus plus asthma is going to be, very hard. If you have, some forms of cancer or something like that, and then you add this to it, it becomes difficult. So that's why, they want to make sure that if you one of those people that easily gets sick, that you're not around too many people.
This is not the only coronavirus in the world. There's more than one coronavirus.
Yeah, I think this is they call it a different strand, like a different strand of it. But it's I think it's Corona-19 or something like that.
COVID-19.
Yeah, so this is probably the 19th strand of this particular, virus. I mean, the flu. Every year there's a different flu.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a flu shot, and it's kind of generic, and it protects you to, for some of them. But every year there's a different flu strand. We hopefully, are immune to a lot of them. But, a lot of people die from the flu. I think more people have died from the flu this year than this virus. I don't have the actual numbers, but usually it is. I mean, a lot of people die from the flu.
Yeah.
That's why they make sure that you get that flu shot.
Mm-hmm.
What about how are people handling it in school?
Well,
Because I'm in a high school, and the high school kids are always joking around and stuff like that. But in middle school and elementary school, I think they're taking it a little more serious.
actually, in my class, kids do joke around with it. They'll be like, I have the corona. Oh my God. Stay away from me. I have the corona. There's this one kid that always like talking about it. And so, but I think it's like fine. Just be careful. Like, don't touch your face or like put your hands near your ears or your nose or like your eyes and your mouth after you like touch the floor, like the table.
Do you see the teachers cleaning more?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I see in my school. I've seen teachers that never cleaned a desk in their life, and now they're like, "Oh, I need some wipes," and I'm like, "You never wiped down a desk ever. I never seen you with a Lysol wipe in your hands. I've been there for 6 years."
And also, some schools are closing so they could clean so they could be extra secure about their cleaning.
Yeah.
So they could clean more than once.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard in school. We touch everything.
Yeah.
We touch the doors, we touch the knobs, we use bathrooms, we are in the cafeteria, we're in the gym, we touch the sporting, the basketballs and all that stuff. So we're always constantly touching things, and kids, touch their face and all that stuff. So I'm glad that they take that precaution to go out there and maybe do a little extra cleaning. I mean, we've done it here also in the Boys and Girls Club. And hopefully we'll get over this without, anyone that we know, getting it, and hopefully, nothing else would happen. But it is in the Bronx also. I mean, it's in New York State. It's in most of the states already. It's close to home. I mean, schools here in the Bronx, the colleges have closed. Some schools in Westchester have closed.
And in
New
Riverdale.
Rochelle, Riverdale. So it's around the corner. I mean, it's there. I mean, the Bronx and Manhattan and the 5 boroughs, there's cases in I think in every borough already. So we just got to be really, really careful, and hopefully they get a cure, or at least they could start testing for this.
So like, don't like shake hands with your friend. You'll be like, hey, don't like if somebody touched like the pool which had like the virus on it, and then you shake hands with your friend, then go to eat your sandwich. You have the coronavirus. You should like fist bump, like not fist bump, like elbow bump, or like just wave. And if you're starting to feel sick, you should stay home. And then if you're still sick,
You know what we do in my school, in the school I work in? Some of us, we do the bow. You know how Japanese people bow to each other?
Oh, yeah.
We do that because, hey, it's a form of, hey, I noticed that you're there. Good morning. Give you a little nod or a little bow. And you don't even have to touch them. I do the kid and play. You know what the kid and play is?
no.
Oh, it was this dance group. You can look it up on YouTube, which you probably will later. It was a group, like a rap group. It was called Kid and Play, and they did this dance where every time they'll take their foot and they'll hit themselves like in the ankles, like to say hello, like that, and they made a whole dance out of it. So I joke around. I'd be like, "Yo, let's do the Kid and Play," and what's up? And I give them the ankle. I give them a little ankle as a high five or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's I have been giving less fist pumps. I mean, less high fives and handshakes, I have to admit. But that's also because I work in a school and in the boys club, so I'm around like 800 kids a day, and the teachers and stuff like that. So I got to be careful. I got young ones at home.
Yeah. Like me and my teacher, we do like an elbow bump, then we kick. And that's like the teacher I have now. And then with my kindergarten teacher, we're like thinking of something. We just like honestly do like what you said. We do that. It's like because we're.
I mean, yeah, you want to say hi to people. I mean, you don't have to give everybody a hug and all that stuff, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're mindful to respect that they don't want to hug you or give you a handshake, and that you don't want to pass it on from person to person.
Yeah, because like one of my teachers, my kindergarten teacher, she has like a little kid at home.
Yeah.
So like I know she doesn't want to pass it on to her little kid.
Well, yeah, we don't even know if she has it, but we want to make sure she's aware that she has to be very careful.
Yeah.
Do we have any more facts out there about this coronavirus? Just come on, tell us about it. Tell me.
I learned that there was 125,081 cases around the world, and and 4,590 deaths.
Oh, that's a lot, man. Anytime, I mean, it could be one death, and it's a big deal. That's someone's life. They had like the influenza. They had a whole bunch of different other strands of different viruses. But anytime that some people say only 400 people died. I know the world is big, but if one of your loved ones was one of those 400 people, you wouldn't be too happy about it.
No.
So anytime there's a loss of life, it matters, and I'm glad that that people see the importance of being clean and really trying to learn about this virus instead of being so scared of it.
Exactly. Like, it's like just a virus. It's like basically like the flu. You're honestly probably most of you, like maybe all of you that are listening, probably had the flu already. It's basically like a flu, and then like 2 weeks, you're like over it. That's it. Gone.
Hopefully it's that good. What about you, baby? You have more facts? What you got?
There is 36 cases of the coronavirus in the Bronx.
In the Bronx, look at that. Bronx is a little small. That's not including New Rochelle and all that stuff that has like 140 cases, but just the Bronx has 38 cases. A week and a half ago, we had none. So it spreads. I mean, things like that happen. So hopefully we'll get more knowledge and we'll learn more about this and nip it in the bud, as they would say.
Yeah, like my great grandma, she lives in New Rochelle. Mm-hmm. So
she's quarantined.
No, I don't know if she has it.
Well, no, we're not saying that everybody in New Rochelle has it, but they're trying to just make sure that whoever's in New Rochelle is not going to work, not going to school, not moving from place to place, so that they could kind of keep it focused in one place.
She doesn't really go out. So, like, that's what I'm glad about. Like, she doesn't go out. She, like, stays in her apartment. So, like, she can't get it.
But does she have, like, someone that comes to visit her, a care worker, a nurse,
like,
or anything like that?
Yeah, she, sometimes my grandmother, her daughter, comes to visit her.
So even that. What if there could be a person that delivers her grocery, and that person could be exposed. So just because she's in the apartment, that doesn't necessarily mean that she can't get it. I mean, there's people that she interacts with. Maybe she goes downstairs and gets the mail and sees the super or somebody else that just flew from Italy, and they touch the same button in the elevator or something like that. So there's different ways. I mean, she's probably safer because she's home, but that doesn't mean that she's in a bubble and she can't get it. She can still get it. We all breathe the same air. When it comes down to it, we all breathe the same air. Right now, we all breathing the same air in this room. So we never know. We don't have all the information about it. So, anything else? Anything else we want to tell people out there in the world?
I got a question for you guys. Is a corona virus happening where you live around the world?
Well, I wish they could answer it, but I could give you the short answer. Probably yes. I mean, it's almost everywhere. I think they found a case in Jamaica today. And Jamaica's a island in the Caribbean. So there's probably cases, and there's not a lot of testing yet. So maybe there's people that do have it and have not been tested yet.
And they don't show no symptoms.
Yeah, remember, a lot of people travel. They go on ships and they go to Bahamas, Bermuda, Puerto Rico, Santo Domingo.
Hawaiian Islands.
Yeah, they go to the Hawaiian Islands. They go to all these vacation destinations. Yes, guess where they come from? They come from Australia. They come from Italy. They come from other states in the United States. They come from Germany. They come from different places to visit these Caribbean islands. So they themselves could be bringing something, or once it's there, they're in a hotel. The people in the hotel are exposed, and then they expose their friends. So it could get exposed in many ways.
You should get the flu vaccine.
The flu shot?
Yeah, the flu shot. Like, you're like, oh, the flu shot. Yeah, the flu is not the coronavirus. It's something different. I don't need it. You should get the flu shot because it actually protects you from the
the symptoms. Yeah,
prevent the symptoms, but it won't protect. It won't really get away. It won't take away the corona.
The whole thing. I mean, the good thing that why people should get the flu shot is because if you have the flu and you have the virus, it's going to be very difficult. So if you could have your immune system fight some of it off so you could get better faster, then it's better for you.
Exactly.
So that's why a lot of doctors are pushing to make sure that people have the flu shot and stuff like that.
Yeah, and one way to like protect yourself and like prevent it is to wash your hands frequently. You should wash your hands for 20 seconds, or if you're not exposed to like somewhere you could wash your hands, like if you're walking in the streets, you should use a alcohol-based hand sanitizer to keep with you, and don't touch your face with unwashed hands because you have like your ears, your nose, your eyes, your mouth. You could like transfer it.
Did they tell you guys in school to like wash your hands and sing the alphabet?
Oh,
Yeah, that my daughters do that, which is pretty cool. Just because you guys don't know what timing is. I mean, especially my daughter's ages 7 and 2, so they don't know how to count to 20 seconds. So I just tell them say the alphabet and that's about enough time to wash their hands.
My little sister does that. I taught her way before the coronavirus ever reached us. It was 2 years ago, maybe.
It's a good habit to do.
I told her to say her ABCs, and now she washes her hands with ABCs, using her ABCs. And also, if you're not a fan of your ABCs, you think you're too old, you could wash your hands by singing happy birthday twice.
Okay, you could do one of those TikTok videos or sing Old Town Road. I don't care how you do it. Figure it out, 20 seconds. Watch a commercial on television while you're washing your hands or something. The key is to get you to wash your hands.
Yeah.
To try to protect yourself, and you're really doing something good for everyone. You're protecting everyone.
Me and Amelia's class, we're both in the same school, and our health teacher, she says, always wash your hands. I don't care if you don't know how to count to 20. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
That's very important. I mean, hygiene is extremely important. Wash your hands. Use the bathroom. Wash your hands. You brush your teeth in the morning. Wash your face. Wash your hands. As many times as you could find a sick to wash your hands. Just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't cost much. Soap is not expensive yet. You could put a couple of little pumps of antibacterial soap and scrub and just keep your hands clean. And even if you touch your face and your hand is clean, hopefully nothing else will happen.
Yeah, so as I'm gonna add on to what Yuri said, she said so we had health today and we were all sitting in a circle and she was in the middle of it, against the radiator, and she stuck a gigantic sticky note, and she wrote washing. The first thing she wrote was washing your hands, hand sanitizer. She wrote a whole bunch of stuff, and she wrote in big letters, "Don't touch your face," and she underlined it. And she told us a whole bunch of stuff, and she was like, "You shouldn't be scared." As I said in the beginning, it's not like a zombie apocalypse. So
and Amelia, remember when she put the big letter "Stay home,"
quarantine.
Yeah, stay home, quarantine.
Yeah, if you're sick or your mom is sick, and just stay home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easily said. Some of us have to work. I have 2 jobs, so for me to stay at home is really, really hard. So I'm always working, but hopefully we don't have to close after schools, or we don't have to close schools in the Bronx. I mean, it's a big deal, because if they close the schools or the after schools, then your parents can't go to work.
Exactly.
And then they have to stay home with you. And some of us, have to be out there to support our family. So hopefully it doesn't get to that point. Or maybe they'll pay us for the days that we're sick, which, we can't count on the government to do that either. So hopefully, it's happening. We know it's happening. We can't say, it's going to go away. But, hopefully they'll maintain this and it won't be as as bad as it could be in other countries.
To add on to what you were saying, my teacher, kids
Mm-hmm.
school in Riverdale, I think, is closed for 3 weeks because they have to disinfect the whole school because they have
crazy.
like the upper grades, the lower grades,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like school around it. So she left work for them yesterday to do. And also my grandmother, she is setting up like her job on her computer because
Yeah, a
they're
lot of people are working from home.
yeah, she works in like Hawthorne, so like they're closing like I guess they're gonna close her job and they're gonna have to work online. So it's like you're home,
I'm gonna try to do a podcast from home.
which is actually better because like you know your environment. Like for your lunchtime, like you could make your own lunch. Instead
Yeah,
of
but you know what I
having
found?
to
I found that when you work from home, you're so comfortable that
Yeah.
you don't do a lot of
Yeah,
work.
like
I ain't gonna lie to you. I've worked from home, like I do videography and stuff like that. So I'm doing a video or something. And when I'm home, I'm just like, oh yeah, you know what? Let me watch this show. Let me take a break. Let me do this. When I'm here, since the computer's in front of me, I know that I got a class in 20 minutes or I got a class in 15 minutes. I use my time better because I'm here. So I have to get it done. When I'm at home, I'm like, oh, my daughter's bothering. Oh, she wants a hug. Oh, I'm chasing the cat. I'm cooking. So all of a sudden, instead of me working for 4 or 5 hours, I'm just doing regular stuff, and I don't get it done. So you got to be aware of that too. That sometimes working from home and the jobs that we have, that at least that I have, I work with kids. I can't work from home with kids.
no.
Like I can't do this from home. I can't work in the school from home. So my job is not a job that you can work from home.
But it would be like cool if you like had a podcast you were directing it, but
Oh yeah, that'd be wonderful. But I have to have your numbers, and I could do it from home. To tell you the truth, I could do it from my phone. I could do a podcast, but I have to call like staff members maybe to get it done.
like you could like set up like a program. So like you log on and you could start a podcast.
Or I could just take this program home.
Exactly.
Everything that you see in front of you, the microphones and all that, put it in a bag and take it home, and invite people to my house and do podcasts from my house.
That would be actually cool.
Yeah.
Though.
I mean, I want to do that. Like when it comes to the summertime, I want to take this to different places and just do a podcast. And that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, like we could go different places. Like
You have
Let's
anything to say? You see, you're a little quiet over there. What's going on? I mean, I know it's your first time. It's your first time, right?
Yeah.
All right, who's first time here? Okay. Oh, I'll give you a shout out, a little hand clap. It's your first time too?
Yeah.
Okay, you got a clap too. I'll give you a little horn too, a little while. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that I know it was the first time. Thank you for being here at the podcast. This is not as easy as people think. You have to continuously talk. You have to bring up subjects. You have to talk around each other. You have to make sense of it. So I always like to thank the people, especially you guys that come here, because you'll make my job a little easier. Mm-hmm. And hopefully I'll make it fun for you guys.
yeah, it is.
What else? Anything else? Or we want to close this down, or what's going on? You have anything else to say?
I heard that there was a building in Manhattan. One lady, she had the coronavirus in there, and they had to evacuate the whole building.
I'm pretty sure that the people are getting that scare, and since testing is not 100% over here, that's happening on the frequent. But hopefully it's not. We're just hoping that people don't panic and get really really scared and take it to extremes. It is a virus. It is deadly. Hopefully we won't get it, and if we do, we have an 80%, 85% chance of survival. It usually, if anyone really gets sick, it's people that have, other immune system problems or older people, and they can't recover, easily. So let's be aware of all those things, and let's try to stay away from joking about it, because it is a serious virus.
Exactly.
If someone's friend or someone passed away from it, it's not a joking matter. And just let's stick to the facts.
So
Let's not make our own facts. Let's just stick to the facts of at least the facts that the government is telling us, or at least the doctors are telling us. You want to lead out with this? What else you got?
Yeah. And I heard that in DR, there's this girl from Italy
From where?
From Italy, that she brung it.
It's possible. I mean, Italy has had a lot of cases of it. So if you went to DR for vacation or something like that, and she was exposed to it, it's very, very possible that it could be true.
So like,
I mean, we're in the United States, and we have this freedom that we could travel anywhere. So that's another thing that people are scared to travel. I could tell you this much: tickets right now are very cheap to wherever you want to go. Usually, if you take a trip from here to Japan, it's going to cost you about $1,100 to $1,200 a ticket. So round trip will cost you $2,000. Let's say $2,400. Right now, I just checked the price, and it's like $800 for both ways.
yeah, like
So that's a big difference. That's almost $1,200 less.
if you like go to like out of the United States, you should when you come back, stay home for at least 14 days.
Ooh,
For sure, 14 days.
that's gonna be tough.
Because you don't know if you got it.
That's true.
And they're doing like checking, like they'll scan you if you have a fever at the airport to make sure you're not carrying or bringing back any viruses from where you went.
Yeah, I mean it's a serious business. It's affected grocery stores, people flying, obviously the schools. It's gonna affect people. The stock market has been affected, which is where money is transferred from company to company. I mean, that's been horrible. We just wanted to reach out to you guys, whoever listens to us, which is a lot of you guys. Thank you for listening in one of our many platforms. We just added YouTube. We just added LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. So you can find us at KIPS Bay Digital Arts. We also on all the podcasting platforms. So you can find us.
Can
And,
I say something?
hopefully you'll keep listening to our podcast. What do you want to say, baby?
And kids, please tell your parents if you feel sick.
Yeah.
And if they don't believe you, then tell the nurse so they could tell your parents or tell anyone that you know.
Yeah, tell somebody that you trust that, hey, I don't feel too good today. And let your parents know when you don't feel good so that they could make sure that it's nothing more than maybe a cold, allergy, or cough or chest cold or something like that.
Like here, we have many people that you could we trust. So like if you could walk up to one of the staff members here and say hey, I don't feel good, they will contact your parents to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure you're comfortable, make sure there's nothing severe, and we'll contact your parents or whoever we need to contact. Thank you guys for looking up the information, for sharing the information. Hopefully this is helpful to somebody that's listening to us. If you want to add comments when you hear the podcast, you can just add comments in the bottom of how your different country or your different state is reacting to the virus, and we'll gladly maybe do a part 2 of this. So everybody, please, thank you very much, and say your goodbyes.
Bye.
Alrighty, guys.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check.
That is the podcast.